Ex who dumped me because she thought I cheated now wants to get back in touch. So right from the start, she's not entirely at fault here. When I was younger, 19, I cheated in one of my relationships. The circumstances don't matter, it could have been handled differently, I cheated and that's that. Fast forward when I 26M was 23, I met Alice 29F. Alice was an absolute blast. I never really connected to another person like I did with her. We got serious from the second time we saw each other and started dating exclusively straight away. Even though it had been a while since my one and only time of cheating, I still felt like that was something you should disclose to anyone you're getting serious with. I told her about it, she talked, wanted to know more in depth about the situation, but ultimately it didn't matter for her because in her words I was a completely different person now. Here's where the trouble starts, her friends. They were all nice with me in the beginning, but as relationship kept going on, nearing the 1-year mark, they grew kind of standoffish with me. I didn't really feel welcome or like I was part of the group if Alice and me went out with them somewhere. Then all of a sudden that changed, they were all welcoming to me, really friendly, hanging out and physically affectionate. I'm not that way myself, but I like it when others are that way with me, it shows they care, I guess. One day, Alice's best friend, Samantha, asks me to hang out for a bit. Samantha was someone who was always friendly with me, even during the short period when the others weren't. At one point, I even helped her get through her ex cheating on her, due to her knowing my past and wanting some different perspective on the matter. Anyway, I'm out with Samantha in the local park, just talking and waiting patiently to tell me what's wrong. Instead, she plants a kiss on me, and it's pretty intense. She grabbed me by the face and just tried to shove her tongue in my mouth. I pushed her off almost instantly. She starts saying she's sorry, that she didn't mean this to happen, etc. and so on, and quickly excuses herself and leaves. Meanwhile I'm completely at a loss what happened and I don't call Alice straight away, I'm still kind of in shock. When I do end up calling Alice, I find out Samantha already called her and told her what happened, except not really. According to Samantha, I'm the one who kissed her first and started making out before she put a stop to things. Cue a lot of drama, a lot of name-calling, a lot of begging on my part to be believed. But it didn't work. Alice and me were history. None of the people from her group of friends are even answering my calls or messages. I just wanted to know why this all happened. I don't get that. I don't get answers or closures. My girlfriend didn't believe me. She didn't even break up with me in person, it was over a phone call. So I sunk into a depression, no surprise. Couple of friends stuck by me, helped me get through, but for more than 2 years now, I have avoided any chance to meet new people or if someone expressed an interest in me, I would just ignore it. I got an email yesterday from Alice, it's still here sitting on my screen. It starts off with a million apologies, because she found out the truth about what really happened on recently. The whole thing with Samantha was premeditated. The whole fucking friend group was in on it. They didn't like that Alice and I were getting serious, that we were talking about moving in together after being together for less than a year. Samantha decided to be the one to kiss me, because apparently I seemingly clicked the best with her out of all of them and the cheating thing would be most believable that way. The others backed up her stories about how close we were at the group meetups. Yeah, I know, it's so fucked up. Alice has only found out about this a week ago from one of the people who had a falling out with the rest of the group and on their way out they wanted to blow up the whole thing with every dirty little secret they had. She tells me she hasn't dated anyone since we broke up, she didn't have the will to try again after our relationship, she just studied and worked and hung out with her friends. After she found out the truth, she says she cried for days, because she really did love me, even after the breakup, because a part of her couldn't believe it happened, the cheating. She's begging me get together with her, even if only for just some closure, just for one date where she can apologize in person. I haven't responded yet, because I don't know what to say. For a year or more after the breakup, I fucking dreamed of this happening, her finding out the truth, us coming back together better than ever. But now there's nothing. My heart didn't skip a beat, I don't feel anxiety or anticipation of any sort that might happen due to meeting her. To put it short, I don't know what to do. Do I agree to her request about meeting up? And if so, do I end up giving us two a go again? I'm not sure if I could. I'm not sure if I feel anything anymore for her. My best friend says that might be me just preemptively protecting myself from more hurt, but I don't know.
Relevant comment. The Mockingbird. I'm conflicted on this. On one hand, she chooses to believe her collective group of friends before ever hearing your side of things. But then again, if you were in a similar position and the majority of the people you trusted told you a harsh truth about your soul, would you not believe them for having your back? It's been 2 years after the fact. You closed yourself off due to this. She claims to have done the same thing. Maybe that's true. I honestly don't know. If you feel nothing, you may consider meeting her. You don't really have anything to lose. I might suggest something different if you weren't so detached from dating, but seeing her might give you a sense of closure in order to either move on, or give what could have been another shot. I also suggest seeing if her claims of not seeing anyone in between are true. You were broken up, so she was technically free to do her thing, but considering the circumstances of your breakup, you may feel different if you choose to give it another shot and find out she lied about seeing other people.
OP. But then again, if you were in a similar position and the majority of the people you trusted told you a harsh truth about you, so would you not believe them for having your back? I forgot to say that all of them are her childhood friends, people she's known for more than 20 years. It's not that I found her believing them over me to be implausible, I guess I just wished she'd have trusted my version of the story. Update. I decided to give my ex-girlfriend that one meet-up, for her sake. I honestly wasn't expecting to gain anything myself from this. But I still remembered how much I cared for her, so I figured I could do this one thing and we could both move on with our lives. Meeting her in person though, that was a whole different thing. I don't know how to describe this feeling, but it was quite like anticipation, like when you're just expecting something to happen, and don't know if it's good or bad. Now that I look back on it, I know I was hoping for good. We talked a great deal when we met and ended up staying out for hours. A great deal of it was her sincerely apologizing for not believing me and breaking up with me over the phone without even giving me a chance, but in truth, I couldn't blame her and told her as much, since these were all people she grew up with. She didn't really have a reason to not believe them, since they never did this sort of thing before. This was followed by some shit talking of her former friends. That was kind of nice and we ended up having a few laughs over it, even though I could tell she was sad by what happened. She's only got 2 friends now, an older woman from her workplace and a girl her age from a hobby workshop. They seem to be good for her, from what she's saying, but she admits that occasionally she misses what she had with her previous friends, if not the people themselves. I really did end up feeling better from that one talk, and when the time came to go our separate ways, she asked me if I would be open to talking with her more in the future. Alice was upfront about her hoping that there might still be something between us in the future, but she wasn't pushy about it. Anyway, told her I wouldn't know, but also told her to just talk when she feels like it and I might or might not reply. Exchanged numbers and that was it for the day. Without dragging this out any further, we started dating again. Talking ended up bringing back how I used to feel about her, but I was holding back for a lot of the time and she was very patient with me. Never tried to push too much, never tried to just pick up from where we ended. It's basically dating like we've never dated with each other, in some way. Not sure if I can describe it properly, English isn't my first language. I guess it's got that good part of where you're getting to know someone and actually enjoying doing so. A lot of talk about trust has been had. Just a few days back was when after a night out she invited me to her place. I knew what this was about obviously, but I wasn't 100% sure. I guess I was just being cautious on some level. Alice seemed to sense it and let me off with some words of how I might need some rest for work in the morning, so she'd understand. I can't really tell you how that made me feel exactly, but it just shows me she cared. She cares and I went up with her and it was something I really fucking missed. It's not just 2 people together. It's her and me together. So yeah, we're together, we're dating and we're taking it a bit slowly, but I'm happy and she's happy and things are good.
Relevant comment. Captain K234. Your entire support system conspires to blow up your partnership because they're jealous you aren't spending as much time hanging out with them anymore? It's a literal nightmare. I can scarcely imagine what a horrible roller coaster this was for Alice. Romance with OOP aside, I hope she has a new group of trustworthy friends.